Hey, this is Amber with thelovegal.com, and in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be giving you a few techniques on how to get your man to open up to you. And when I say open up, I mean communicate with you more, maybe tell you more about his past and all that great stuff. Now, dealing with men, before we get into any of that, if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, turn on the notification bell because you want to be notified when I upload videos. Sometimes YouTube does not tell you. And another thing, if you do not have the YouTube app, go ahead and get it because I upload like advice, my tips in your YouTube news feed. So if you don't have the YouTube app, go ahead and get it and turn on my notification bell. But anyway, let's get right into it. I'm not into wasting time. Make sure you watch this video to the end because if you do not, you may miss out on a few good things. Okay, how to get a man to open up to you. Now, I've been in this situation plenty of times, and us women, or even if you're a man dealing with a man, it's the same thing. When you're dealing with men, you have to realize that men were taught from a very young age not to show their emotions, not to speak on things that make them emotional, not to really talk about how they feel. They were taught not to cry. They were taught to like be tough and all that stuff. And to me, I think that's BS simply because now these men have to grow into adults. You're dealing with adults who don't know how to communicate when it comes to love simply because of what they were taught when they grew up. I've seen it plenty of times. A little backstory, basically I dealt with a few guys who they had that guard up. Even though they were pursuing me, and they pursued me and they went after me, they made themselves known or who they were, they wanted to talk to me, all of that stuff. When time went on, I could tell that wall was up and I wanted to know more about them. One ex in particular, the famous, I wouldn't even say famous, I don't know who he is, but the famous ex that I always talk about, it was like pulling teeth. I would ask him questions and he would hit me with like, why are you asking me that? Or why are you asking me about that? Blah, blah, blah. Like I wanted him to open up and tell me more about himself, but he just wasn't having it. And us as women, we want to know, who are you? Like, what are your fears? What are your desires? What are your goals? Like who are you? You feel me? Like, what was your family like? What was life growing up like? Like, what do you like? What don't you like, right? We want to know all that, especially when we really like somebody, right? And then you run into guys that's just like, mute, I'm not saying nothing, I don't want to talk about it. So what do? How do you handle that? I will let you know, patience is going to be your best friend. You cannot force a man to talk about stuff that he does not want to talk about. And if you do try to force him to talk about stuff that he does not want to talk about, it will push him away. First thing that, another thing that you have to realize, say you have a man, say he comes in from work, like, hey baby, how was your day? Or you want to talk about like, how was his day? Shoot, I'm always talking about my day. How was your day? And he'd be like, it was cool. Like, he dry with it. What you have to realize about men is that if something significant didn't happen, shoot, that's all that happened. It was just a cool day. You feel me? There aren't gonna be too many details about what happened unless something crazy, amazing, like something big happened to them. Otherwise, all the little stuff is insignificant. Don't take him being dry with you that he don't want to talk or he got an attitude. No, shoot, to him ain't nothing really happened. Like, how was your day? It was good. If that's just mean, shoot, it was just good. Nothing happened. I'm like, okay, cool. Keep it moving. Sometimes that's frustrating because we want to know more about detail. Well, what'd you eat for lunch? Did you talk to your boss today? What about that annoying coworker? What happened? Did y'all have a team meeting? What's going on? You know, who'd you talk to today? Like, we want to know more details, but men are just not like that. So don't take offense to that. But how you get a man to open up slowly about his past, you have to like start talking to him about stuff that he does like to talk about. For example, I was giving advice to someone that I'm giving one-on-one coaching to. And for example, I'm not gonna give like details, but her guy travels a lot, right? In order to get him to open up and stuff like that, talk about stuff he liked. Instead of just saying, oh, how was the trip? Ask more open-ended questions, not yes or no questions. Questions that he has to answer. Like, it has to be questions like, say he went to Chicago, right? If your dude, he likes to travel, he likes to eat, then I'm like, I would ask questions like, what was your favorite thing that you ate there? Or how was the pizza there compared to here? Or what was your favorite thing about Chicago? If you had to put Chicago in like a top 10, like what place would it be? Just ask more questions where he He actually wants to talk about that stuff. When a man does not want to talk about something, he's not going to talk about it. And when you act more interested in what they have going on, then they will feel more connected to you. Like, I'm talking about really be interested. Sometimes, let's be real, we're not gonna be interested in everything they got to talk about. But we're not. Just like they're not gonna be interested in everything we have to talk about. But that's just, it is what it is. But in order to get into those deeper conversations, you have to ask questions that are not so bland. And you start by asking questions about things that they like. What are their passions? They like basketball? Figure out basketball. They will go on and on and on and on about stuff that they like to talk about, period. And by you asking them questions, you're showing them, hey, I actually care about what you have going on. I want to know more. The second way to get a guy to open up to you is you slowly opening up to them. Now, dealing with that same, it's like, in the beginning, it was like pulling teeth. And with some guys, they are so hurt. They have gone through so much trauma. They may not even be trying to have deep conversations. And you have to realize what you are dealing with. Now, in the beginning, mine was like, why are you telling me this? But I said all that to say this. Now, no, we're not together anymore because I ended up leaving him. Now, we're still in communication. Now he tells me everything. And it's been like that for a long time. I would say it took maybe 2 years for him to fully open up to me. And the one thing that will have him fully open up to you is trust. He has to trust that you are not going to judge him whatsoever. That's the main thing. Men feel like, if I say too much, is she going to leave? Men need reassurance as well. By me slowly opening up to him, even though he was like kind of thrown off by it at first, it made him feel like, okay, she's pretty to me, and she's pretty cool, but I can tell her stuff because she's been through stuff, you feel me? Like, she's not one of those females that's gonna judge me or what I've been through or judge my family or judge how I am and stuff. Once a man fully knows that you fully accept him for who he is, then that's when he will open up to you. First thing is to get him to communicate more and open up more is talk about things he wants to talk about and ask open-ended questions to where he has to say more than yes or no. Slowly but surely, you're gonna end up in deeper conversations with him. But like I said, the thing that you need is patience, you feel me? Patience is gonna be your best friend. It's not about when you want him to open up, it's when he's ready, you feel me? Anyway, I am Amber with thelovegal.com. If you find this video helpful at all, hit me with a thumbs up. Also, I want you guys to ask questions in the comments, like so I can do future videos. Like, give me ideas, topics that you want to know more about. Maybe you have a scenario or a situation, relationship, whatever, that you don't mind sharing, or you don't mind me sharing my advice to the public with you, because more than likely when you're going through something, somebody else is going through the same thing. So if I can help two people with one stone, it's fine. Now, drop comments, like video topics you want to hear about, because I could go all day long, baby.